Welcome everyone to the Pain-Free Life. Naturally heal physical pain and the mental pain that causes it. So I'm here with my fabulous guest, Alison Kay, who I've interviewed previously before. So Alison is going to be doing a hands-on demo with me as the audience person. So over to you, Alison. Thank you, and so happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be able to contribute to you all. So I'm going to be talking you through hand positions and flowing energy. So you're going to want to follow along. As you all most likely know by now, time and space doesn't matter. This is as juiced as it is in this live moment, as it is when you're looking at it, and whether you're using the replay or you're on the day of the live event. So my name is Alison JK. I have been doing this for 30 years. I moved to Asia for a decade to see how I could get even more robust results for my clients, learning all sorts of great stuff that I'm going to apply for you now. So the mental health and the physical health are related, as many of you know. So let's just start with taking both of your hands and putting them on your crown. So you're going to want to have not your hands touching.
Oh,
Don't have your pinkies touching, just cover your crown and see if you can get them both to the top of your head. Everybody has a different size head, right? But see if you can cover the overall real estate of the top of your head. Will you bring your hands a little bit more forward towards your face? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to start the energy flowing. You guys are going to want to maybe have a pillow with you to keep your hands comfortable, or to lean your elbows on if you're like dying, you're at a desk. Yeah, good.
I just keep them on my head. Alison, are you going to?
Yep. I'm going to be silent for a lot more of this than you're used to with an interview, because I want to actually flow the energy and let all of you use it to your highest and best benefit. So this is going to be possibly feeling eventually some tingling at your feet. And if you don't feel any of what I'm about to list, no worries. Everybody's at a different stage of perception abilities. Tingles, heat, burping, sneezing, yawning, spacing out, nodding off, not able to hear me. All normally doing a great job already, taking the energy in. Can you feel it? This is going to be activating more of your higher self, your higher mind, opening up to more of your intuitive guidance, starting the quieting of what we call in Buddhist meditation, the ego mind. That's all the self-talk you hear and the stories you tell yourself, the justifications, rationalizations, and the thoughts that you don't have to believe, and that you can question, as is taught in Tibetan Buddhist meditation, as well as in Western psych, cognitive behavioral psych. Questioning your thoughts, talking back to them, not all of them, but the most repeated storylines. And the reason why we're doing hands-on and we're going to go to some key places, is because your subtle energy system, the more you've worked on it, the higher propensity towards having positive, optimistic storylines running your head is possible. The less you've addressed your subtle energy system, the easier it is for your thoughts to go down more dense, negative thought patterns. And that's what we're here to do in Humanity Spiritual Awakening Times, 2012 to 2032. These are intense, but also really auspicious times. Okay, just a tad bit more time with your hands at the top of your head. It's a really key position, and you can use this. We all have healing coming through the minor chakras at our palms. That's why sometimes when a mom or dad rubs their baby's tummy or puts their hand on the baby's tummy. The baby quiets and soothes. So if you start to feel real chaotic or want an uplift to your thoughts, take 5 minutes out and do this. The light has an intelligence of its own. It knows what each of you need. This hand position allows the light or the energy to penetrate through your entire system, not just at the top of the head. But now let's go ahead and help your system with the upgrade that's happening now. Move your palms to the back of your head now so that they're covering the bump in your skull. You might want to have it so that they're, instead of going horizontal, they're going vertical. Might be
Oh,
easy for you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm here now.
There you go. Yeah, and just
Mhm.
lean down if you want, using
Yeah.
your desk just to make it easier on you. And this I learned in about, I'm going to just be quiet for a minute. So a couple of things are happening right now. I'm activating the quieting of your adrenal system. So much fight or flight on the planet right now. This is where the adrenal cortex begins. I also discovered from working in Expo in like around 2013, first 5 people of the day for 15-minute sessions, hands-on my table in the Expo. Everybody needed this hand position longer. And I stepped away and asked my guidance why. And I got that this is 1 year after 2012. There was such a massive upgrade going on now. This is a region of our system that has the ability to do a systemic upgrade. This is the occipital lobe. It's the reptilian brain. It's the oldest part of our brain, which I know from my background in Western psych, so that made sense to me. So that's what we're doing right now. Might notice your chest area lightening. Might notice your throat possibly feeling less constricted. You might notice your feet are tingling, knees tingling. You might notice nothing. This move right here, this process right here is a really subtle one. You're doing great. Some good shifting going on for you. She's nodding in case you can't see it. Glad I could get this in the early part of your day, Di.
Me too.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this for you. Okay, some really good upgrades. It's almost like I'm seeing the choke on a motorcycle turning up. Just a tad bit longer here, and then we'll move on. You can feel the upliftment in the increase in lightness and in optimism and joy. It's just a less dense, less materialized energy, more lightness and multidimensional right now. Even in your mental body and in your chest area, you can possibly perceive there's a bit more ease, relaxation. And those are indications that this is working, not just that you're relaxed, but when the energy is going to work in your system at the multidimensional level, that sense of increased quietness or peace or relaxation is an effect. All right, let's now move our hands to the front of our face. So it's going to look like your palms are over your eyes and your fingers are up at your forehead. And this is really going to rest a lot of your eyes from all the screen use. This is also your frontal lobe. That's where your ego mind, a lot of it resides. So the thoughts that you do hear come out of here. So it's a pretty active area, as well as in humanity's awakening times that we're in right now. There's a lot more perception happening at the energetic level. Energy is our first language, and we're living in humanity's awakening time. So we are all more telepathic now. So this helps soothes and quiets that activity too. A lot of what's going on out there is we've become a lot more like sponges, much more open. That's why more people are talking about energy and energy hygiene, and there's more crystal stores and more yoga and meditation studios, because this is humanity spiritual awakening times. And I'm saying that because a lot of the time you could be having thoughts that make you feel bad or wrong, and they're not even from you. You finding finding me, finding the summit are of a certain type of person that is likely kinder, more compassionate, more caring and loving, maybe even more spiritual, or does stuff with consciousness like Qigong or Tai Chi. So that might mean that your clairsentience and clairaudience is increased, or your telepathic capacities that are natural to each of us and that have opened for all of us in these times are even more so for you. So understanding that sometimes the thoughts that you hear that you use to make yourself feel bad and wrong aren't even yours. But because you're the kind of person you are, you're able to hear them. And yet we don't have any teachings really resplendent out into our global society that teach us this. So you just think we heard the thought, it's ours. I don't mean to say every thought is somebody else's either, keeping this in balance. So you don't go crazy thinking, oh my God, these aren't my thoughts. It's nothing like that. It's just to recognize we're more open than we're taught and conditioned to believe we are. You can test this by going into a hospital and then seeing how you feel before you go into the hospital, seeing how you feel after. You could walk into a mall, seeing how you sound in your head and feel before and after, or a concert or some busy area, the tube, subway. You can test it. Good day. So again, you all want to be moving your hands to where you see Di put them. Because having your own healing, it passes out of your hands, and I'm running energy as if I were there giving you a session or sending you a remote healing session. Look at her yawning. Good expansion of consciousness. That's perfect, right? In the hand position we're in right now, too. A little bit longer here. Ooh, a lot of shifting. Yeah. So take an inhale and exhale together. Inhaling through the nostrils, please. And exhale through the nostrils. It helps you receive more. How simple this is. Okay, let's now go down to one hand over the heart. So not the physical heart, actually, but what's the heart chakra? So in between your breasts, central point. Yeah.
There's one hand.
Yeah, let's just use one hand right
Do you want
over
the
it.
right hand
And
or the left, or doesn't matter?
doesn't matter. And let's take the other hand and let's actually just put it right here on the throat, in the front of the throat. So this is what I've come to learn is the co-creators channel. We make our choices and have courage to choose new possibilities at the throat chakra. And the heart chakra has a lot of our intuitive communication. And for us to make more choices guided from our heart than the noise of our head, whether they lead to possible miscreations. Just being able to see when our heart gets uplifted about an idea, choose that. So this is strengthening your capacity to choose more of what's aligned. This is also obviously the respiratory system, the lower respiratory system. Good, Di. A lot of shifting.
Mhm.
I'm actually going to bring in a tone here. When I teach my weekly yoga classes, I do a lot of toning in the different poses. So I'm going to do the seed, not the beach mantra, but the seed vowel sound that sounds more familiar to English speaking ears. See if you perceive a bit more clear air around you.
I felt it, Alison, right through to my back. It's like that vibration went right through me.
Perfect. I'm going to do it one more time. Yeah, I could see that there was clearing happening too, Di, by the way. I could see it from what was happening in my toning. Yeah, you're getting a lot of release in the back. Okay. No, I want to do one more minute here. This is such an important area. We could take our top hand and move it to the top of the belly. Keep the heart covered, the heart chakra covered, and
Got me
just
it.
move this going to like the solar plexus, the upper belly. Yep, right in the center. She's got it. And you can notice the difference between that last hand position and this one because it's a very different energy. Yeah, they're very different systems. We use them for very different things. This is also where some of where the majority of anxiousness, for those who run anxious sits. We're now dealing also with the upper digestive tract. We're also where the equipment for clear sentience or being able to sense other people's energy is. Interesting that this chakra has both clear sentience and anxiousness. Also remember too that you might feel nervousness when it's actually excitement because they're both the same physiological reactions, which is really an interesting little trick from the creator. This is a traditional power center. Confidence, worthiness. ability to set healthy boundaries. Pancreas is a major organ here. Let's move the hand that's over the heart now to the lower abdomen, the sacral area. So about a half inch beneath your navel. Feel how different that feels. Each chakra has a right to it. The one that we just moved our hand to, the sacral, has the right to feel what you feel. The element here is water. I consider it one of the two, if we were to label chakras masculine or feminine, I consider this one of the two primary feminine chakras because of the water element, not because of the feeling element. But females' bodies are more aligned with the sensing equipment for the mothering, the housing of an embryo and fetus, and feeding. But our divine masculine counterparts, our divine men, you all have those sensors too, to be able to sense other people's energy. Our intuition tied for the female body, tied to the moon cycles and our menstrual cycles. It's interesting being in a female body when it comes to using not your emotions, but your feelings as increased information gathering. And in the West, and in the East, we're taught to really power through those emotions, those feelings, not pay attention to them. Our thoughts have been given such credence over our feelings. When we shove our feelings down, feelings buried alive never die. They just show up differently. So by paying attention to your subtle energy system, we're getting to the emotions and to the mental and I did say emotions, I meant it there, and then to the physical in a holistic way. It's easier to catch things in consciousness and then in emotions, mentally, before it becomes physicalized. That's why we'd want to work with subtle energy first. This is considered preventative health. Okay, so let's take the top hand and bring it down to your tailbone, your coccyx.
At my back.
Back. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the back.
Yeah. Got it. Twisting me around, Alison.
This ain't nothing compared to what we could be doing for yoga. Yeah. So we have one hand in the front of the lower belly, the sacral chakra, and one hand in the back on your tailbone, the root. Typically, the lower three chakras are where a ton of work has to be done at first, in the first many years on the path. It's where more density sits. These are the more human related, horizontally, societally related chakras, where the stuff like that sits. Once we reach the heart chakra, we're up to the element of air. And then the throat on up is ether. To get more and more etheric. So we're now at the root and the sacral, water and earth elements. My free gift is release, renew, rebirth. And it has verbal clearings and activations where I'm bringing in the light and the energy through clearings and activations that affect different chakras to help you release the old, rebirth and renew in this year of the snake, shedding the old skin. It's total energetics we're living within for this release, rebirth, revision. That's actually the name of it. Release, rebirth, revision. So on that note, let's take the top hand, leaving the one at the tailbone there. Let's bring this other one back up to the top of the head with the palm. You'll notice we're running through the entire central nervous system now. I'm going to do a little bit of a different process silently. And I'm going to do just a tad bit of toning apparently. Oh. You think of yourself as a bridge from heaven to earth. There is so much more available. There is so much more possible in these times. You are blessed. I am blessed. We are all blessed to be in bodies on planet Earth at this time. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be wealthy. Much love. I'm going to say namaste and let you sit there in that positioning as I gently pull back the energy and complete this session. Yeah. Bye-bye. Namaste. So, Di, I'm just going to leave the room. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'll have to turn. How long do I sit here?
You can remove it now, or
Okay.
yeah, you look so comfortable. I didn't want to disturb you.
Oh, no, it's okay. I've got so this has been fantastic. I've got tears coming out of my eyes. Alison, I've been yawning. I've felt it all. So this has been amazing. So I hope everyone who watches this session gets as much or more out of it than I have. So unbelievable. That's all I can say. You are amazing.
Thank you. It was my honor. Thank you for having me on to serve during these incredible times. I hope that the blessings grow.
I think they will. And it was great to explain what's going on. I appreciated that. And everyone, take notice of Alison's free gift. It sounds amazing as well. So fabulous. Thank you for being here.